What's going on, Orlando Magic fans? Welcome to the Six-Man Show Postgame Live, presented by Rock'em. Oh my goodness, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins in a row for your Orlando Magic, and today they beat potentially the best team in the East, but I don't even know if that's true anymore. I don't know if the Boston Celtics are the best team in the East, because it might be the Orlando freaking Magic. Let's go! Come on! Rah! Your Magic win 113-96. Obviously, there's the in-season tournament stuff in play here, and we're going to talk about that, but forget that. Just talking about the regular season, the Orlando Magic just beat the Denver Nuggets and the Boston Celtics in back-to-back games. How are we feeling, people? Come on! Let's go! Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm so glad you guys are here. This is going to be mad. We're about to have a party here today. I've got a special guest that's going to join us later. Potentially, if technology works, fingers crossed, it's gonna be mad. We are unhinged. Magic fans are unhinged. But first thing, before I talk about Rock'em, before I talk to the chat, before I say anything else, oh Eddie House, hello buddy, can you hear us? Do you hear the Orlando Magic now, Eddie House? Take that. Let's go. The Magic, I think they're 3-0, 4-0 since Eddie House opened his big fat mouth. Come on, let's go. I'm fired up. I know you are too. This is going to be fun. The Six-Man Show Postgame Live is presented by Rock'em. Rock'em is the world's largest sock store. They're located in Orlando. It's a Central Florida company with Central Florida employees. A lot of them are diehard Magic fans. I know they're fired up like we are. Let's go. When you shop at Rock'em.com to get underwear or socks of your favorite teams or other things, you should use the code MAGIC20. MAGIC20 gets you 20% off at Rock'em.com. Why not? Right now, get Magic gear. Why the heck not? This is the best Magic team in over a decade. Now is the time to get on board. Now's the time to get some Magic gear and do that at Rock'em.com. Chat, what is up, boys and girls? Let's go. The Mo Wagner game. Are you kidding me? We gotta kick it off with a gigantic super chat from Ty. Thank you, Ty. He says, NBA on notice. Where is Eddie House? Troll him. Hit the like. No, hit the love button. Let's go, Ty. Oh my goodness, chat. How are we feeling? I can't believe this. I can believe it and I can't believe it, you know? Crazy. Jim Kate says, shout out Eddie House. Shout out Eddie House, man. Let's go. Doc 2 says, believe in Magic. Let's go. Which, by the way, if you've been watching this show all week, you know I've had to be quiet because I'm staying up north with family for Thanksgiving, but we do these shows late at night. But because it's a game in the middle of the day, I can yell all I want. I'm so fired up. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Chris says, stop sleeping. We're going to put them to bed. You better believe it. Oh, the only hero says, I love this team. I love this bench. Magic fans, we are here. I'm saying the bench tonight. The bench was massive. Oh my goodness. Captain Turk says, I see a new play of the year every game. Let's go. Let's go. Zico says, oh yeah. Daidalo says, play that MFing song. Let's freaking go. Let's go. Rich says, Mo, I want to have your baby. Okay. EJ says, here we are again. Jorge says, love seeing the Celtics fans leave early, but even more so, a Magic win against the top team. Play that song. Oh my goodness. Oh, Gabe says, we run the East. Right now, we run the NBA. Right now, we are the hottest team in the NBA. I know I think the Thunder have maybe a one-game better win streak, but they haven't played the teams we've played. No shot. Semi says, 6-game win streak. EJ says, play that song. Mark L says it. We waited 11 years. We've been waiting for this for so long. Oh, I'm freaking fired up. Let's go. Whew, I gotta catch my breath. Oh my gosh, chat. You guys are going crazy. I can't even catch up with you. Oh my goodness. Oh man, David Duffy says, loud closet Kevin. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Durandal says, hey, Kev, get them kids on the show that you've been whispering about. Nah, that's not going to happen. That's funny, though. Well, the guest I have coming on later is not at my house. We're going to bring someone on virtually if the technology works out, okay? Jay Esco says, I was expecting a shirtless Kev. Nah. I am not Luke. You won't be seeing that today. Cameron says, Kevin is yelling in the cupboard today. Let's go. Andrew says Jalen waving goodbye to the Celtics fans is a vibe. Jalen has been a vibe this whole week, man. That dude is a monster. Love it. The Distract says, shout out Mo Wagner, huge game. Mo was sensational. We're obviously going to talk about Mo. We're going to talk about this whole game later, but Mo was unbelievable. Glenn says, I woke up my neighbor screaming. That's fine. It was worth it. Undead Writer says, how's Eddie House doing? Can someone check on him? Eddie! Oh, Eddie! All right, guys, our special guest is here. Let's see. I'm gonna add him here. We'll see how this technology is working. Let's bring him up here. Jonathan, what's
up, baby?
Let's go.
We're out here in Amway, baby. We're out here in Amway, baby.
Let's go.
We're out here, baby. Chicago, it don't matter. Denver, it don't matter. Boston, it don't matter. We're here, baby.
Let's go. Jonathan,
Big
what was it?
Like and subscribe.
Hey, Jonathan,
like and subscribe.
What was it like in there, bro? Talk us through it.
I cannot hear you, bro.
Jonathan, can you hear? What was it like in there? If you can hear me, tell us what it was like in that building.
It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Last few minutes of the game, entire Amway on their feet. Everybody's going crazy. The result didn't matter. What's going on? We're getting love out here from everybody. We're all out here, baby.
Let's go, Magic, baby.
It's deep. Magic fans are here the whole way outside the arena. Boston fans walking out. It's been incredible.
Let's go, baby.
Here,
Let's go, Jonathan. I'm so glad you got to experience this. I'm going to let you go. I know the connection isn't great and you can't hear me, but let's go, bro. Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Come on.
Let's go.
Woo. Folks, that was Jonathan Osborne of the Six Man Show. How about that? How about that? Got a special guest today. That's how hype we are. Let's go. Let's go, folks. Semi says Magic is in the air. We got a couple super chats also. Where is Cheese? Thanks so much for the super chat. He says, Pat Bev and Eddie House, come outside now. We've been through dark times and it's finally coming together. Let's go. Thank you for that super chat. Appreciate it. The Distract with the super chat. He says, best bench in the league by far. Mo Wagner looked like Tim Duncan out there tonight. That's facts. He says, go Magic. Let's go. Another super chat from Where is Cheese? Thank you so much for that. He says, love from South Africa. Play that song. Love that, man. Appreciate that. Let's go. Let's go, chat. Come on. What a freaking day. 6 in a row. You beat the Nuggets. You beat the Celtics. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. Guys, there's so much we're going to talk about today. I'm going to hit a couple more things from the chat and then we're going to talk about this game. Mr. Two First Name says Luke is streaking down Church Street right now. I bet Luke is just out of his mind. I bet the whole Six Fan Show thing is insane. If you haven't watched our what we call the Six Fan Show, which is where after select Orlando Magic games, we've got our guys. Usually it's Ben outside of Amway Center. Today, Jonathan and Luke are going to be there as well. Outside Amway Center, interviewing Magic fans as they leave the games. If you haven't seen it yet, you're going to want to tune into today's because I guarantee you, I promise you, it is going to be a madhouse. Because right now, Magic fans are as pumped as they have ever been. So again, tune into that. That'll be later. That'll be up later on tonight. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Oh, man, guys, let's talk about this basketball game. Before we do, there's a bunch of you here. Over 240 of you maniacs, you Magic maniacs are here. So if you're here and you're new, first off, welcome to the Six Man Show. My name is producer Kevin. We're an Orlando Magic podcast. We put up episodes every Monday and Thursday, and we do a live postgame show just like this after each and every Orlando Magic game. And today we're celebrating. We're partying. Another win, the 6th in a row. This time over the Boston Celtics. So if you're new, subscribe, hit the like button. If you want to stick around for more Magic content, this is the place to do it. We put out Magic content all the time. We are dedicated. We don't quit. We don't stop. Doesn't matter. Right now, it's Thanksgiving. I'm 800 miles away. I'm up north. Doesn't matter. We're still doing post-game shows because this is what matters. Let's go. We're here for the Magic Maniacs. And if that's you, welcome, subscribe, like this live stream. It's going to be awesome. Orlando Infante says, almost died when Isaac was on the floor. Yeah, that was like a freaking heart attack for all of us. But then for him to get up and jog off and getting the fans into it, oh man, it's like a freaking movie. Let's go. Another super chat. Eric says, put some respect on our Magic. Watch the experts still disrespect us. You know what's going to happen, Eric? You know what's going to happen? There's going to be some national media that go, oh, the Magic win. But Kristaps Porzingis went out in the third quarter and didn't return. That's what they're going to say. You're exactly right, Eric. Because they're not going to mention that we don't have Wendell or Markelle. They're not going to mention that. No. But they're going to say Magic beat the Celtics, but without Kristaps Porzingis in the third and fourth quarters. That's what they're going to say. Mark my words. Just wait. Wait till you see it. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, we knew that was coming. But that's okay. Let them sleep. Let them sleep, guys. Let them sleep. Doesn't matter. This team loves to fly under the radar. It's going to be great. The Distract says, six-man show going to skyrocket this year along with the team. Like and subscribe, people. Appreciate that, man. We're rolling no matter what this team does. That's what we've always done. Jonathan founded the six-man show 5 years ago now, just about. It's been an up and down 5 years, but it doesn't matter. Six-man show is always here. Let's go. Ray Pastrana, this is exactly right. He says, we've had a terrible second unit for so long, but now we have a mother effing wrecking crew. You better freaking believe it, man. Best second unit in the league right now. Man. Semi says, did y'all hear Mo? Everyone can score, but tonight was just my turn. I love it. I love that too, man. Love that mentality of this team. This team is so selfless. They don't care. They don't care who's the quote-unquote star each night. They just want to win. They play for each other. Credit to Jamal Mosley. I think he's going to be coach of the year. He's obviously, I should back up. We have a long way to go. A long way to go for coach of the year, for standings, for in-season tournament, for all these things. We have to be careful, okay? Obviously, we're going to be really excited because we haven't had any reason to be this excited in over a decade, okay? However, there is a long way to go, okay? But for right now, we're going to freaking enjoy the heck out of this one. Let's go. Oh, guys, chat, what a freaking game. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this game, guys. Oh, goodness gracious. First quarter was not good, guys. First quarter was a bit of a mess. I don't know if it was just, Thanksgiving hangover or early start or whatever, but the Celtics looked like the much better basketball team. And I was worried after the first quarter. I was like, oh boy, they had everything going for them. We couldn't stop turning the ball over. We were missing some looks that we would normally make. And also, the Celtics scored on all our first 6 turnovers of the first quarter. They scored on all of them. And I was like, oh boy, this is going to be a mess. Especially because a lot of our turnovers were completely unforced. I also thought the whistle was totally unfair for most of this game, especially the first half. I thought the second half, it started to turn around. But that first half, there was equal contact on both ends of the floor. And yet, only one of the floor got the calls, But I mean, it's Boston. That's going to happen. Credit to the Magic for fighting through it. Chris says the NBA app says we took the first spot in the in-season tournament today. Let's go. The NBA app is not exactly correct. By the standings, we are tied. Actually, no. Take it back. You're right. We are technically first. You're right. My bad. We are first. The issue is the Nets. And we're going to talk about this later. But the Nets and the Raptors play on Tuesday. The Raptors have to beat the Nets. Okay? If the Raptors beat the Nets, we're freaking in. So unfortunately, we have to root for the Toronto Raptors on Tuesday, but we're going to talk more about that on Tuesday or later in tonight. But you're exactly right, Chris. For right now, the Magic are top in the group. Oh, man, let's see. Nick says, Cole just said that Ingles is built like a substitute teacher. He's not wrong, though. He is not wrong. Oh, my goodness. Thanks, Praises says, I'm so happy. Me too. Let's go. Oh, my goodness. Orlando says, love the switch to Harris and Caleb in the second half. We're going to talk about Caleb, but how good was he? He had like 3 big plays. Like, he was a difference maker. He wasn't out there long. He wasn't flashy, but he made 3 big plays in this game. Let's go. All right, first quarter. It's a mess. Magic shoot terribly, turn the ball over, don't get the benefit of the whistle, and they're down 11. On other nights, by the way, I thought we could have been down like 15 or more. Like, I thought we were fortunate to be down 11. Still had it within reach, and the note that I made was, after that first quarter, I was like, man, we have to have a good second quarter. If we do not have a good second quarter, we're in trouble. And that doesn't mean, that doesn't mean we have to necessarily dominate the second quarter, but I was like, man, we cannot have another quarter like that. If we go down 20 to this Celtics team, I don't know if we can claw out of it. So what did the Magic do? They go out and win the second quarter again. A great second quarter for the Magic. I made a note. Yes, the other thing. The Magic didn't even get a free throw in the first quarter. This team shoots more free throws than anyone in the league, and they get no free throws in the first quarter. And it wasn't because the Magic weren't being physical or weren't being aggressive. No, it's just because they didn't get the same calls either that they're used to getting or that the Celtics were getting. It was garbage. And it continued in the second quarter as well. Magic got their first free throw attempt with 11-12 left in the second quarter. What is that? Come on, NBA. Come on. Crazy. But the thing with this Magic team, yeah, they let it get under their skin a couple times. Let's be clear. A couple times they got frustrated. They got a tech, frustration fouls, all those things. But by and large, over the 48 minutes, they just put their head down and kept working. You freaking love to see that, man. And it paid off big time. Big time. Ended up, long story short, Magic, eventually they go down 9, 40-31, and they go on a 9-0 run to tie it up at 40. And Mo Wagner led the way in that second quarter, just like he did in the fourth quarter. We're going to talk all about Mo Wagner here in a little bit. This is going to be partially the Mo Wagner show. This is the Six Man Show Postgame Live presented by Rock'em, but it's also going to be the Mo Wagner show presented by Rock'em today because he was unbelievable. He was so good. He was so good. Towards the end of that second quarter, the Cole alley-oop, guys, chat, what do we think of that? There's so much that happened after this that was easy to forget. That Cole alley-oop where they stripped Jaylen Brown and got out in the break and Franz throws it up to Cole and he grabs it with one hand and throws it down in traffic. Are you kidding me? That's going to end up being like a top 10 dunk of the season for the Magic. Maybe even more, maybe top 5. I don't know. That was crazy. That was so sick. Oh, Ascension says Mo was pissed at halftime. Yeah, he was. We talk about accountability preseason. This team wanted to hold everybody accountable. That's exactly what we're talking about. Exactly what we're talking about. Oh, my goodness gracious. Yeah, so second quarter, but man, it ends terribly. Cole misses the technical free throw after Jaylen Brown complained about the no foul call. Kristaps Porzingis hits the 3. Tatum makes a free throw, technical free throw. Tatum gets a dunk. Cole twists his ankle. Cornette gets an easy bucket. It's an 8-1 run, and the Magic are down 8 at the half. And you're like, oh, boy, man. Good grief. First off, is this Cyrus? What up, bro? Let's go, dude. Good to hear from you. That's amazing. I've known Cyrus a really long time. That's so crazy. A big old Magic fan. Let's see. Yeah, into the first half was a bit of a mess. That 8-1 run, Magic ended up going down 8. Tough turn of events. But this is what I noted at halftime. How many replays? I'm going to say this is the last time I'm going to talk about the officiating, but how many replays did they show at halftime where it's like slow motion replays of these takes at the rim, whether it's Franz or Mo? Goga had one on the dunk where these guys are getting hacked across the arm and there's no call. Meanwhile, on the other end, the Celtics are getting every tiny little bump. It was just frustrating. Frustrating first half officiating, and the Magic felt it too. And like you mentioned, Mo Wagner talked about it at halftime. He's like, we're letting certain things bother us. We can't do that. So the third quarter, they come out there, and what do? The Celtics start quick. They get out to a 12-point lead, their biggest lead of the game, and the Magic respond with a 17-0 run. 17-0 run to take a 5-point lead. What a run. The thing is, it wasn't necessarily the prettiest run. A lot of times today in the NBA, when you see a 17-0 run, it's really fast. It's a bunch of triples. That's not how this Magic team plays. And you got to love it. Like, this team embraces the fact that this is a defensive-minded team. And that third quarter was great defense. They hold the Celtics to only 18 points in the third quarter. Oh, man, it was just sensational. 17-0 run to take a 67-62 lead. That second unit, the defense there, obviously Jonathan Isaac was in there. Mo Wagner had a couple buckets in there. The third quarter was great, but it was the fourth quarter where it turned into a party. The Magic outscored the Boston Celtics 36-22 in the fourth quarter. That means, listen to this, guys. Listen to this. Everyone take a deep breath. Everyone listen. Everyone focus here. Listen to this. The Orlando Magic outscored the Boston Celtics 65-40 in the second half. Are you kidding me? Whoa! Who expected that? Especially after the first half. They come right back and they outscore the Boston Celtics by 25 in the second half. Let's go. Man, they have officially announced themselves to the NBA. And obviously the fourth quarter, the story, Mo freaking Wagner. He was unbelievable. I don't even know exactly how many he had in the fourth quarter. I'm going to look this up. but he had 27 on the game. This is the thing about Mo Wagner. Excuse me. This is the thing about Mo Wagner. We've seen this over and over and over again. His whole Magic career, but especially this season. I know it's early, but we've seen this several times this season. When Mo Wagner finds something that's working, he's going to exploit it over and over and over and over again. And Mo Wagner did that tonight. Let's see. Is this... Oh, they don't have the fourth quarter specific stats. Okay, I'll have to look at that later. But Mo Wagner was absolutely cooking. Oh, wait, I can do some math. Let me see what he had through 3 quarters, and I'll tell you. But Mo Wagner, I mean, the thing is, he found this is another game where the team doesn't have a true rim protector. And Mo Wagner just absolutely took advantage of that. Getting to the rim, how many easy buckets did Mo Wagner have in that stretch? Most of his buckets, I'd say, were easy buckets. Okay, Mo Wagner had 14 points through 3 quarters, so he had 13 points in the fourth quarter. 13 points. Oh, man, he was so good. Let's interrupt here. We got another super chat from Where Is Cheese. Thank you so much for this. He says, the rebound stats. Oh, my. Yeah, that's next for us. I'm about to look at the box score, the team stats. We're going to see. This team just outworks and out-hustles everybody. Everybody. It's their calling card. Whether it's out-hustling, outworking guys on defense, out-hustling, outworking guys on the glass, this team just works harder than their opponents. Man, good grief. Love to see this. Oh, so that ends up being the game right there. That second half, you outscored by 25, and this was the last note I had before we look at the box score, guys. What I loved about this, there's a lot I loved about this performance, but one thing in particular that I really loved, the Magic took a double-digit lead in that third quarter. I don't remember what the score was officially. The run ended up being 89-76. Actually, no, they took a double-digit lead in the third quarter, I believe. Regardless, whenever the Magic took that double-digit lead, they did not look back. They did not allow, right now, the best team in the Eastern Conference to climb back into it and make it a game. They didn't. That is huge. Because if you give the Celtics a little bit of a window, you give Jason Tatum, you give Jaylen Brown a little bit of a window, you make it a 2-possession game or whatever, that's when things start getting iffy. That's when things start getting dicey. And what the Magic did tonight was they refused to let that happen. They kept them at arm's length the entire fourth quarter. They kept it a double-digit game, and they ended up pulling out the W. A gigantic, gigantic win for this team. This team is absolutely on fire, and I'm in some ways I'm in complete disbelief because I knew this team would be good. I did not think this team would be great. I'm not sure that they're great yet, but right now they are playing great. They are playing great basketball. All right, let us take a look at the box score because there's a lot of spicy stuff. Oh, wait, before we do have a super chat to talk about. Jay Slim says, I know I am late, but play that song. We are legit. I hear bandwagon fans knocking on the door right now. Go Magic. It's so interesting. All those LeBron fans, all those Celtics and Knicks and Heat fans, I'm just saying they might be swapping out those jerseys here. It's about that time. Love that. Thank you so much for the super chat, guys. Let's take a look at the box score here. Let's take a look at the box score. Okay. First off, we have Franz, 17 points. Look how balanced he is today. 17 points, 7 boards, 6 assists for Franz, 8 of 17 from the field, only 1 of 6 from 3. Didn't love that. One thing I noted with Franz, and really with everybody, especially in the first half, I felt like every shot we missed today was short. I don't remember one time that a Magic player missed a shot long. It's just interesting. Again, we talked about it. I don't know if it's just the day after Thanksgiving thing or the early tip time or whatever it was. But man, every missed shot was short. I thought that was true with Franz as well. But he had 17.7 boards, 6 assists, a block, 3 turnovers. I would say a solid night for Franz. Especially, the thing is, when Franz sees that matchup and he knows he can just get to the rim, it's over. Like, if he knows he's got somebody on him and all it takes is one of his nifty, fancy Euro steps, it's over. Paolo was so good. So good, Paolo, today. 23 points, 10 of 16 from the field, including 2 of 6 from 3. 8 boards, 5 assists. Man, a great night from Paolo. Obviously, turnovers were a big problem in the first half, especially that first quarter, and Paolo and Franz combined for 6 turnovers. You don't want to see that. But in the second half, they were really able to turn that around. Goga, mixed bag from Goga. He had 6 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 8 boards, 3 assists, a steal, a block. Today, I thought was a day, we haven't had this in a while, but I thought today was a day where you really missed Wendell, okay? This was a prime Wendell game. You want to put a guy like Wendell on Kristaps Porzingis, and Goga kind of struggled in a lot of ways to handle Kristaps Porzingis, but still, I thought Goga was fine. Goga was fine. Sam with the super chat. He says 279 people in the chat. Let's go. Yeah, a ton of Magic Maniacs here on Black Friday. We are pumped that you are here. Let's keep looking at the rest of this box score. Jalen Suggs doesn't jump out at you on the box score. Just 10 points, 3 of 8 from the field, but 3 of 4 from 3. 4 boards, an assist, a steal, and once again, just the energy, the effort, the hustle from him. Always great. Anthony Black, a strange night for him. Only plays 6 minutes. 6 minutes for Anthony Black. I don't know whether it was some sort of small injury he picked up or if it was just coach's decision. But yeah, 6 minutes for Anthony Black tonight. Very interesting. Obviously, we'll keep an eye on that as these next games come up. But this is the unit we got to talk about, guys. Obviously, Paolo was great. Jalen was good. Franz was great. The second unit, though, good grief. 4 of the 6 guys off the bench. No, that's not even what I'm looking at. Never mind. Let's talk about this. Joe Ingles tonight. 21 minutes for him, 5 points, 5 boards, 2 assists. He had a couple turnovers as well. A couple really bad turnovers, like not what you want from a veteran. But either way, still a calming presence in the second half. He was solid. Cole was great. I know he shot 35% from the field. That's not great. But once again, he just felt like he was in control when he's out there. 6 assists for him, a block, 2 steals. I just felt like he was in command every second he was out there. Was never worried about him. Gary, quiet night, just 4 points for him, 1 of 3 from 3. J.I., 5 points, 7 boards, 15 minutes. Quiet night offensively, but that's not why he's out there. He's out there to stop Jason Tatum, and especially he did that really well through the first 3 quarters. Obviously, fourth quarter, Jason Tatum hit a couple buckets on him, but it was too little too late. I'm going to skip Mo for now. Caleb Houston again. Didn't score, but had some big plays. 2 boards for him and a steal. All 3 of those plays were very important for the Magic in the second half. Very important for Caleb Houston. But this guy right here, Mo freaking Wagner. Are you kidding me, Mo Wagner? What a maniac. 27 points for him. Only 3 boards and not much else. But wow. Bucket after bucket after bucket after bucket. He destroyed the Boston Celtics tonight. Just like he did a couple times last season. I think he loves playing that team. I don't know if it's a matchup thing or, like it was mentioned on the broadcast, if it's just him playing his former team. But man, oh man, that dude cooked the Boston Celtics today, and that was so much fun. You know how angry other teams have to be when Mo Wagner is torching them? Like when he has these nights, you know the other teams have to be so mad because he already makes you mad just by his aura, you know? The dude is he's an agitator, right? So you know he's already making you mad, and he goes and drops 27 on your noggin. Are you kidding me? Let's go, Mo. Mo was sensational. And again, he wasn't trying to do anything crazy. He was playing within the game, finding those spots. Again, he found a mismatch and exploited it over and over and over and over and over again. Terrific. Only took 3 threes. That means he was 8 of 10 from the field and 8 of 9 from 2 and 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Efficient, solid, and just terrific from Mo Wagner. Super chat from Soul Train says, love seeing the Magic not give up, but I think Suggs would be more effective paired with an offensive-minded PG that can shoot. Let's go Magic. I think that's totally fair. Totally fair. Jalen Suggs, obviously we know the energy he brings. Offensively, it just depends on the night. Some nights he's fantastic. Some nights, he struggles a little bit. But I thought tonight, all in all, great game from Jalen. Some of these team stats we mentioned, I mean, look at this second half, guys. You hold the Boston Celtics to 40 second half points. And don't sit here and tell me they didn't want that. Do not sit here and tell me that the Boston Celtics did not want that game. Don't. That's an in-season tournament game. They win this game, they move on. Don't sit here and tell me they didn't want it. I'm not buying it. No shot. And here you are. You whoop them in the second half. And now, the Boston Celtics no longer control their own destiny. Just saying. The destiny completely lies in that Nets-Raptors game. For everyone. For the Nets, for the Raptors, for the Magic. Or excuse me, the Nets, the Celtics, and the Magic. All of it lies on that game. Now, obviously, the Celtics need to beat Chicago to even be in contention. And we're going to talk about all the implications of this in a little bit. Don't worry. But let's look at the rest of these numbers here. Points in the paint, 60 for the Magic. They struggled in the first half. Points in the paint. Second half, they turned it on. 60, ended up with 60 points in the paint. That's when you know the Magic are cooking. That's their game. They ended up with a 17-point lead. And this is it. This is the game right here. Look at this bench. 57-24. Our bench outscored their bench by 33. 33. Are you kidding me? Good grief. Man, you do end up with 18 turnovers. You hate that. You hate that. You have to do better than that. And the Celtics had 25 points off turnovers. They completely took advantage of it. But man, all in all, you got to be happy with this. Let's take a look at these. This view of the team stats. I always like because it helps look at shooting better. Look at this. I didn't realize this. The Celtics shoot under 41% from the field. Wow. That's great. You hold them to 24% from three. Wow. Do you guys know how good this offense is? The Celtics offense? Wow. I had no idea we held them to that low shooting numbers. Incredible performance by the Magic. Celtics end up shooting 73% from the free throw line. You out-rebound them by 17. Oh, my goodness. I knew we crushed them on the offensive glass, 13-4 on the offensive glass. But again, because the Celtics missed so many shots, they missed 45 shots. You go out there and get 8 more defensive rebounds, 9 more offensive rebounds. Wow. That's sensational. 23-17 assists. You get 5 steals. The Celtics double you up on steals, but again, a lot of those were those bad turnovers by the Magic. Again, 18 for them. The Celtics did have 15, so good job by the Magic of forcing those. Oh, man, let's see. There's those points in the paint. Again, 10 more fouls for the Magic than the Celtics. What was the free throw numbers again? They shot 15 more free throws than the Orlando Magic. Come on now. Are you kidding me? Trash. The Orlando Magic are the number one free throw shooting team in the league. They shoot more free throws than anybody. Don't sit there and tell me we weren't as aggressive tonight or whatever and didn't deserve to get to the line as many times as them. Garbage. And Michael says it right here. He says, Magic not only beat the Celtics, but the refs as well. Refs were very biased early towards Boston. 100% biased. Very frustrating. But hey, it doesn't matter. Fighting through adversity, getting the W. Let's freaking go. Guys, before we move on, before we talk about the standings, before we talk about the in-season tournament, there's a lot to talk about. I breezed through this earlier, but I do need to tell you about Rock'em. Rock'em is the world's largest sock store. They are the presenting partner of the Six-Man Show Postgame Live. They are an incredible company. They're a Central Florida-based company, which means everything is there, from their founder and CEO to the marketing team, to the design team, to the manufacturing. It's all done at their headquarters in Orlando, literally 15 minutes from Amway. Jonathan, Luke, myself, we got to go tour their facility earlier, right before the season started. It's a great place, great company. We can't recommend them enough, especially this time of year. We're getting ready for Christmas. If you're looking for gifts, whether it's sports-related stuff, NFL, NBA, NHL, college sports, they've got it. Socks, underwear. But they also have really fun stuff from pop culture like Disney, Harry Potter, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, some throwback stuff there. Really good stuff. They also have stuff from The Office now. I saw them put it out on Instagram. I haven't looked at the collection yet. Definitely go check that out. If you have anyone in your life that's a big fan of The Office, you should get them some socks or underwear. But when you do that, be sure you use that code MAGIC20. That'll get you 20% off at rock'em.com. It'll also help out the Six-Man Show. This is a really big deal for us. We've worked really hard on this post-game show. We're so pumped to have Rock'em as a partner. And so if you want to support the Six-Man Show and also get some gifts for your loved ones this holiday season, shop at rock'em.com and use that code MAGIC20. All right, guys. Let's see. What do I want to do next? Do I want to talk about the in-season tournament? Do I want to talk about the standings? Let's talk about the in-season tournament first. No, let's talk about standings first because this is going to be great. Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Okay, let's look at this. Yeah. All right, let's refresh this, make sure this is accurate and up to date. Oh. Just look at this. First off, Lewis says, I got my Rock'em socks and underwear. They rock. I told you. They're great. They're great. Chris says they should make some socks of Eddie House crying while cold dunks. Oh, my goodness. That would be insane. That would be insane. Good grief. Okay, look at this, guys. Look at the standings. Your Orlando Magic in sole possession of the second place in Eastern Conference. And they are just one game back of the Boston Celtics. They have tied for the league's longest win streak with the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm not sure if the Thunder play today. Let's take a look really quick at some of these other scores. Okay, Suns and Grizzlies are playing. I don't see the Thunder. Okay, so you will end the day tied with the longest win streak in the NBA. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. That's crazy. You now have the second lowest opponent's points per game. Look at this. This team was averaging over 117 points coming into this game, and now they're down to 116. Man, I cannot believe you are 6-1 at home. I know it says 6-2, but one of those games was in freaking Mexico City, which shouldn't be counted as a home game, but regardless. You are 6-1 at Amway Center, I should say. 5-3 on the road. A winning record on the road is sensational. And you are second in the Eastern Conference. Crazy, guys. Crazy. Let's look at the in-season tournament because I'm going to explain the situation and we're going to talk about what needs to happen over the next Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 4 days. 4 days. This is what needs to happen, folks. Okay? Your Orlando Magic are 3-1. We are done with group play. We have played all 4 of our group games. You go 3-1. Which, by the way, how salty is that Nets game now? Man. If you win that Nets game, today is even more of a party because you are guaranteed. If you win the Nets game and you do what you did today, you automatically advance. And today is a party in Orlando. It's already a party. But man, the second half of that Nets game, I hope that doesn't come back to bite us. Okay, so let's look at this. First off, as was mentioned, you're 3-1. Currently the best record. Obviously, Boston, Brooklyn, Chicago, and Toronto all play on Tuesday. You're the only team from Group C that is done with their games. The other 4 teams play on Tuesday. Here's a couple things to note. The biggest thing is on Tuesday, the Nets play the Raptors. I don't remember where this game is. I want to say it's in Toronto. Is it? Oh, they're not going to show me here. Let me see. Is this game in Toronto? No, it's in Brooklyn. Okay. So, interesting. The Nets have a home game on Tuesday. If the Nets win that game, the Orlando Magic will not win the group. Okay. Notice I said win the group. Okay. Remember that phrase. That's important. I didn't say they wouldn't advance. I said they wouldn't win the group because here's what's going to happen. If the Nets beat the Raptors on Tuesday, they will be 3-1. Excuse me, as are the Magic. The first tiebreaker is head-to-head. The Nets beat the Magic tragically. And so therefore, they will own the tiebreaker on the Orlando Magic. And they would then be the leaders of the group. However, if the Raptors beat the Brooklyn Nets, which we should all be rooting for, the Orlando Magic will be 3-1. And even if the Celtics beat the Bulls on Tuesday and go 3-1, again, that first tiebreaker is head-to-head. And, the Magic just trounced the Boston Celtics and would own the head-to-head. So again, Raptors beat the Nets on Tuesday. The Orlando Magic are moving on. Ha! I can't believe that. I also can't believe we're going to have to root for the Toronto Raptors on Tuesday, especially because mathematically they have nothing to play for. The good thing is it still counts as a regular season game, obviously, so they still have something to play for. But again, if the Raptors beat the Nets on Tuesday, the Orlando Magic are moving on in the in-season tournament. Before I talk about point differential and all these other things, I do want to hear from chat. We've been talking a lot about this. Let's hear. Chat says, this is Dizzy. He says, hi, Kev, we rolling. Let's go. It was an 8:30 p.m. tip-off, so I watched it in sports bar and came home. Needed to make sure I come by. Hit that like. Thank you, Dizzy, for coming by. Always appreciate it. Glad this game was at a more reasonable time for you, especially all you guys from Europe tonight, whether it's the UK or Germany, or I know we've had some from Portugal, wherever. So obviously, we had South Africa, not Europe, but South Africa in the chat as well. All of you guys from across the pond, so glad you got a manageable tip time tonight because usually you guys are crazy and have to stay up super late to watch these games. Oh, man. Anthony says, can't wait till we play Philadelphia to shut up Patrick Beverly. Let's go, Magic. Yeah, I had that game circled on my calendar as well. Definitely want to take care of them. Oh, man. Dylan Hood says, go Raptors with a sad face. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, we've got we got people all over the place. We have Zico from Israel. We have Movement and Strength Athletics from Austria. We got Daedalus from the Netherlands. All you guys from overseas, man, you guys are the best. That's awesome. John Allen says loving tip-off time from Scotland, and Addy says Iceland says hi. Wow, is that Addy FB? Is that who you are? I remember you from the old forums. I know we've talked on Twitter before, but also the old Magic Zone forums, the good old days. Esteban says greetings all the way from Hogtown, Florida. Go Knowles. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be interesting. Yeah, Luca Laley says UK gang feels nice having it at this time. Love being able to be here. Yeah, pumped for you guys. All right, let's talk about the other half of this equation with the in-season tournament. We talked about the wins and losses. Again, Raptors beat the Nets on Tuesday. The Magic move on, which would be crazy. Man, that would be insane. That means you have a one-off game against Milwaukee or Indiana, or could even be Miami or Cleveland. If you win this group, you're going to play a single game against those guys to try to move on. That would be insane. Okay, focus. Here we go. The point differential thing. Look at this, guys. The Magic now plus 5.5 points. They have now passed the Boston Celtics and passed the Brooklyn Nets, even though they lost by 20. They now lead the group in point differential. When does point differential matter? Okay, let me tell you. First off, we have another Ozone person here. The old ones remember. The Ozone forum on the Orlando Magic website way back in the day. Let's go. We got more Iceland people. Let's go. Axis says it. Shout out Caleb Houston. 100%, man. We mentioned it earlier, but Caleb Houston had some big plays. Yeah, I figured it was you, AudiFB. Let's go. Ryan says that ESPN point differential is incorrect. Is it? Do I need to refresh this? What is incorrect about it? The Magic lost by 20. They beat the Raptors by a lot, and they beat the Nets by a lot. Should it be more? We're plus 22 after tonight. This doesn't include today? Are we plus 22? Scott says. For real? Does the NBA have these standings? I mean, I guess that makes sense. We were down 20. We blew out the Raptors. I honestly don't remember what the score of that game was. And then you win today. Is this going to give me in-season tournament? Let's see if NBA.com has it updated. Oh, man. Is their website going to just fail on us? It sure is. All right, so their website's not working. Let's see, chat. What are you saying? That's points per game differential, not total. Oh, okay. I see what you guys are saying. Okay. Yes. Correct. I see. I got you. My mistake. Yeah, this is points. This is average differential. Right. Correct. That's right. Either way, it doesn't matter because either it's total or average. Everyone plays the same amount of games, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, but I see what you're saying. Thank you, chat. Chris says, watching from the south side of Kissimmee. Hey, Kissimmee represent. That's where I grew up. Wait, Kissimmee, Philippines. Wait a second. What? There's a Kissimmee, Philippines? No shot. There's no way. Is that a typo? I need you to clarify that for me, Chris. Now I'm really confused. Tom Rhodes says, just got home from Amway. Sure was rocking in that fourth quarter. Shout out Brissett for the Chick-fil-A. Yeah, that was a fun moment. Okay, guys, regardless of whether it's average or total, the Magic are tops, okay? So here's where the point differential matters, okay? And it doesn't matter also because there's 2 other games on Tuesday, okay? Listen to this. And all of you guys talking about Orlando City. Yes, I'm going to talk about Orlando City later. I promise you. We're going to talk about this weekend ahead, okay? Here's where it matters. If the Boston Celtics beat the Chicago Bulls on Tuesday, they'll go to 3-1. If the Brooklyn Nets beat the Toronto Raptors on Tuesday, they go to 3-1. So here's where the tiebreaker kicks in. The Boston Celtics beat the Nets already. The Orlando Magic beat the Boston Celtics. And the Brooklyn Nets beat the Orlando Magic. So head-to-head doesn't work there. That's the first tiebreaker. You can't do a head-to-head there. So the next tiebreaker is point differential. Now the Magic are done, okay? There are no more games for the Magic. This is locked in. This is their point differential. 5.5 per game. 5.5 points per game. Plus 5.5 points per game, I should say. That's locked in, okay? So now we have to wait and see what happens on Tuesday. If the Celtics win and the Nets win, the big thing is how much do they win by? Okay. Now, this is tough because the Nets already have a positive point differential, average, 2.6. And the Celtics have an even point differential of 0. So, any of you math wizards want to go out there and figure out, I'm happy to let you do that. I'm not going to take time away from the chat. But if you want to tell me how much the Nets and Celtics need to win, if they win, if you want to tell me how much they need to win by, let me know. Someone wants to do some math, figure out the averages to where they are less than 5.5 points on the average. Go ahead and do that. You'll have to look through their games, their previous games, and figure out what the total is and then all that good stuff. But I'll let you figure it out, okay? But that's where that point differential matters. If there's a 3-way tie on Tuesday, which is very possible. It is totally possible that the Celtics beat the Bulls and totally possible that the Nets beat the Raptors. I'd say, honestly, that's probably the most likely outcome on Tuesday. So that's where the point differential matters. However, like I said, even if the Celtics beat the Bulls and go to 3-1, if the Raptors beat the Nets, that's the key game right there. Raptors beat the Nets, the Orlando Magic are through. Doesn't matter what happens in the Celtics game if the Raptors win, because you own that head-to-head tiebreaker. You own that head-to-head tiebreaker. Big time. Crazy. Oh, man. Wow. That's a lot of fun. Chat, let's see here. We've been going 49 minutes. What in the world? Oh, my goodness. We've been going for a long time. We got to wrap this thing up. This thing's getting crazy. Okay? Before we talk about the next game on Sunday, before we talk about this whole sports weekend, before we just recap what this game means, I do want to remind you, sometime tonight, the Six Fan Show is going to go live. Again, if you haven't seen that before, it's where our guy Ben Gifford from the Six Man Show is outside of Amway getting the reactions, the raw reactions from Magic fans after games, certain games. He was out there today. I promise you, you do not want to miss that. I obviously don't even know how it went. I haven't seen anything yet. Obviously, I'll get the footage here in probably an hour and I'll edit it. But I promise you, the vibes of that video are going to be bonkers and you're going to want to watch that. Okay. Didala says, Kev, I'm almost afraid to ask, what went through your mind when J.I. went down that one time? Yeah, it was obviously very frightening. Before I saw the replay, you have no idea. You have no idea. Man. Jude says that doesn't make sense. If Boston wins as well, they own the head-to-head tiebreaker with the Nets. Correct. But the issue is it would be a 3-way tie. If the Nets, the Celtics, and the Magic all win, the Magic already won. If the Nets and Celtics win on Tuesday, all 3 teams will be 3-1, but they all beat each other. Okay? Celtics beat the Nets, Nets beat the Magic, Magic beat the Celtics. So you can't do a head-to-head tiebreaker there. It doesn't work. So that's when it goes to the point differential. Okay? But again, that only matters if both of those teams win. I should back it up. That only matters if the Nets beat the Raptors. If the Raptors beat the Nets, the Orlando Magic are through no matter what. Period. Luke Laley says, so if Celtics lose, Nets win, Nets go through no matter what the score. That's exactly right. If the Nets win and the Celtics lose, they're in. That's exactly right. If the Raptors win, the Magic are in. Period. Doesn't matter what happens in the Celtics game. If the Raptors beat the Nets, the Orlando Magic are in. Dylan says, so the Celtics would advance if they won by 23, or Nets would win. Nets if they win by 16. Really? Is that right? They have to win by that much? That's crazy. Wow. That's a lot more than I thought. So if the Celtics win by 22 or less and the Nets win by 15 or less, the Magic are through? Whoa. That's exciting. That's really exciting. All in all, I'm just going to root for the Raptors. If the Raptors win, this whole numbers debate doesn't have to happen. It's very exciting. Yeah, Magic fan says longest postgame show ever. Yeah, well, it's also the most exciting Magic game in a long time. Okay, I know Wednesday was a different kind of exciting, but this, like, big picture, when you talk about the in-season tournament, you talk about just the 6-game win streak, all this kind of stuff, it's very exciting, okay? All right, let's talk about this weekend. Let's talk about what's ahead, okay? Saturday, Orlando City, with a gigantic, colossal game. I know that the U.S. Open Cup last year? Was that already last year? I guess it was last year. Man. Last year, technically speaking, the biggest game in club history. It's your first bit of silverware. Obviously huge. But this one is, this one puts you one win away from the big one. The semifinal at home against Columbus Crew tomorrow, 5:30. That's insane. That's going to be crazy. I'm fired up for that. Obviously, UCF plays tomorrow as well. UCF, mixed bag this season as far as their first time in the Big 12. You'd like to see them pull out a couple other different games. And I promise we're going to get to the Magic game. But they do play Houston tomorrow. At home as well, at noon. And if you win that game, you're bowl eligible. So you start the weekend with the Magic beating the Boston Celtics. Tomorrow you get UCF Houston with a bowl on the line. Then you get Orlando City Columbus with MLS Cup final on the line. And then you end the weekend Sunday, Magic play the Charlotte Hornets. Now this game, folks, if this game was 2 weeks ago, I almost write it off. As like Magic win, guaranteed. But the Hornets are playing their best basketball of the season right now. They're actually playing well. So the Orlando Magic cannot afford to come into this game feeling like they've made it now. Oh yeah, we've won 6 in a row. We beat the Nuggets. We beat the Celtics. We can handle the Hornets. No, that cannot happen on Sunday because the Hornets will absolutely make you pay. So this Magic team, Jamal Mosley has to make sure this team is in the right frame of mind Sunday night to make this happen. Okay? And so far, they've done that this season. They've handled the teams they're supposed to beat. JSCO says Kev grew up in Kissimmee. He's definitely Puerto Rican. That's funny. No, I'm not. But, when you live there, you all your friends are, and yeah. So I'm familiar with great Puerto Rican food, great Puerto Rican culture, but no, I cannot say officially that I am Puerto Rican. But I love my friends that are. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. Happens sometimes. Okay, you have to take care of business on Sunday. If this team is what we think they are, you have to take care of business. Not just Sunday, but the rest of this week, because you play the Wizards and Wizards again. You play the Hornets, Wizards, and Wizards your next 3 games, all at home. There is a chance, oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, there's a chance that this is a 9-game win streak. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. But this has potential to be a 9-game win streak for the Orlando Magic. But they have to play their game. They cannot get distracted by a win streak. They cannot get distracted by the big games against the Nuggets and the Celtics. They cannot get distracted by the in-season tournament hype that we just experienced. Or especially Tuesday, if things go the Magic's way, they can't be super excited the next game, which I believe they play on Wednesday. They do. They play the Wizards on Wednesday. So you get through Tuesday. Let's say everything goes Magic's way and they advance. You can't be riding that high on Wednesday against the Wizards. You got to beat the freaking Wizards. The Wizards are a disaster. They are so bad. They're so bad. You have to take care of business against them. Both games. 1-1 is not good enough. We'll obviously talk more about those games next week. But Sunday, the big one, the Hornets, you got to take care of it. Like Didalo says here, multiple trap games incoming. Absolutely. If the team sleepwalks into these games, they're going to lose. Icy Condition says both games Tuesday are at 7:30 Eastern for those interested. Yep, they set those game times to be identical, just like in soccer. You know, when you have the final group stage games, they're all at the exact same time for that reason, so that teams aren't eyeballing the other scores and everything. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Teams aren't eyeballing the other scores. So yeah, Scott's Week in Sports. That's what I was talking about. Orlando sports is on fire right now. Magic on a tear. UCF going for bowl eligibility. Orlando City with a chance to make history tomorrow night. Orlando versus everybody. Let's go. Guys, we're at 57 minutes of this postgame show. I'm going to wrap it up, guys. What a freaking day. What a freaking week. The Magic 6-0. In this, well, not this week, but 6-game win streak. 3-0 this week. Incredible week of basketball for the Orlando Magic. Here's what you need to know. The 6 Fan Show will go live tonight. The 6 Man Show on Monday will react to this whole week, which is going to be crazy. But guys, thank you so much for rolling with us today. This was our most watched post-game live show yet, as far as the live viewers in the chat. Those that are watching later or listening on our podcast platforms, thanks for tuning in. To all of you, what a great night. What a great week. Magic 6 in a row. Let's freaking go, baby. Love you guys, and let's go Magic!